Alright, hello guys, TDS here. My recording crashed twice, so this is going to be really quick now because I'm getting fed up. So accelerators is S tier because it's got 428 DPS, plus its cooldown isn't that much of a problem, especially if you've got like support troops. Commander's A tier, it's S tier, not A tier, S tier, because it boosts fire rate by 55% at max level, which is really good. Farm S tier, makes money, super good. Gladiator's the best early troop in the game, so that's an S tier. DJ S tier, this literally makes troops have a better range, which is really good with some troops. This is really good with Sledger, to be honest, in some maps. But yeah, really good troop. Golden Crook boss A tier. Its henchman is probably the reason why I put this in S tier. Plus, it's got 60 DPS as well, which is actually really good for how it's actually like at level 3. It probably has like 30 DPS, and that's super good. Alright, Sledger S tier. This freezes at every 4 hits, but with Commander that makes it freezes every 2 seconds, and that is significant because it does area damage as well. And when it hits resident enemies for 2 times the damage, meaning this has like 200 DPS, it's just really good. Toxic Gunner, I don't have this, but I know for a fact this is an S tier. I've heard so much good things about this, and the slowdown is so good. This has actually got decent DPS as well. It's got 35 DPS plus the poison damage. Normal crit boss is A tier. It's kind of the same thing, but like the bodyguards are really bad. But yeah, it's really good mid game. It's A tier. Electroshocker, I always use this with accelerator. It's actually super good, like really good. Okay. But yeah, A tier. The chain lightning made this way better as well. This never used to have chain lightning, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, easy, A tier. Ranger's A tier because of the defense rework. This would probably be an S tier because with Commander chair, this has like around 100 and like 200 DPS. But like this defense rework significantly nerfs it because, for example, the enemies, so Fallen Guardians have 80% shield. That means Ranger only does 60 damage. That's why you're better off using Accelerate against them. So yeah. A tier for Ranger. Executioner's A tier. Its bounces are really good against multiple enemies. Against bosses, it's actually not too good, I have to admit. It's actually quite bad against bosses. Unless it spawns enemies, like the molten, like literally all the bosses. So it's okay against bosses, but like yeah, it's pretty good. Newest troop in the game as well, so that's nice for Executioner. Golden Mini A tier because this would be an S tier for if not for the rework. But this has really high DPS and good range. This is like it's better than Turret because of the placement limit of Turret. So yeah, A tier. Golden Cowboy's A tier because this makes money and plus it's got decent DPS. So this is actually a really good golden tower to use, I have to say. If you're running a no farm, you should use this for sure. Golden Pyro is A tier because the defense melting is significantly higher. Plus its range, it's got plus 50% range buff. That is super good paired with DJ. I'm pretty sure it has like 25 range with DJ, and it usually has around like 18 with DJ. So yeah, very good. And also also with the with Pyromancer, it speeds up enemies, but like with Golden Pyro, it's way less, which is nice. Golden Soldier's A tier only because of the rework. It would probably be like an F tier or E tier, if not for the rework. This is my first golden troop I have gotten. I do not have all the golden troops because can't be asked to grind TDS, but like this is super good. So if you get this in your first golden crate, you should be happy because this is really good early game if you don't have like Gladiator. So yeah, Pursuit's A tier because this is the best boss killer in the game due to locking onto enemies. So yeah, if a pursuit, I've done pursuit only and it was super easy. So yeah, definitely use this. Um, well, depends. It's actually really expensive, so and it gets hidden really late. That's the cons, but it's really good nevertheless. So in beta we got Ace Pilot because Ace Pilot's actually super good. Now it used to be way worse when Hardcore wasn't um released, but now it's good because its bomb's really good against enemies in Hardcore. So it can kind of carry on the game and take a bit of damage in the process. But yeah, it's super cheap as well. It's only less than 1,000 to get to level 2, and it has like 10 DPS at level 2, so more than that actually, probably like 15 DPS. So yeah, very good early game troop. Hunter, I'd say this is a B tier because I'd probably put this D tier if it weren't for like the event of events, because this hits flying enemies. And the only other things I hit flying enemies are Executioner and Ranger, but Executioner is way too expensive, and Ranger is for the newest event. Ranger was really not useful for like any of the nights except for Nightfall. So this is super useful these days. If they add flying enemies into, if they add like flying enemies into the normal game, Hunter's gonna be used way more for sure. Mill base is actually quite good, but I certainly don't like it. Only level 1 and level 2 mill base. Level 2 mill base is good. Tanks are alright, but like still not as worth it. They're kind of you should probably just sell them when they're like doing nothing. It's used in hardcore, but like mate, it's just only because of the invisibles and because you can't get anything to hit them really quickly. Snipers would probably be super good for hardcore, but yeah. Minigun is beta because it's just okay. It's good, I agree, but it's first of all, it's like it has a slight bit of time before it actually shoots, meaning it's super bad against fast enemies. So just use. You can definitely use this when you can get it, but like it's just not used that much anymore. That's the thing. Pyromancer is beta because this used to be really bad before the defense rework, but it used to be better than this in really old TDS. So yeah, this is beta because the defense. This is super good in Fallen because of the defense melting. So yeah, easy beta. Shotgunner would probably be C tier or even D tier, but it got a really good buff, which makes it a really good late game. Because I'm pretty sure it does 96 damage at max level. Well, it's got a shotgun, meaning its spread isn't going to actually hit the enemy all the time. But it's actually got decent DPS, so definitely use this for mid game and late game. Not early game. Definitely don't use this early game. I'm just going to put Golden Scout and Scout in one section. They're both good. And yeah. Okay, as I was saying, so both scouts are good. Golden Scout is better, but normal Scout isn't bad. Spam, like literally, the new buff Scout can do 55k damage to a molten boss. You may think that's bad, but this is super cheap. Like it's like 3,000 at max level or 4,000. Depends if you've got DJ or not. Golden Scout's kind of overrated. That's why I'm putting in B tier, not A tier. There's better early game troops now, so don't use this if you have a better early game troop. In C tier, we got Cowboy because it makes money, which is okay, and it's got okay DPS. So it's just a mid. It's just really mid, I guess. Freezers, I'm really biased on Freezer. I just like this thing. It's just I've Freezer is one of my most used troops in OG TDS because it used to be really good. It had this ability where it had like a radius, so that's why you should place Freeze in corners and it'd freeze enemies. it got removed hidden, but that ability still affected hiddens, which kind of which that you remember making it like it got removed hidden, but which nerfed it. But then it got nerfed even more because now it didn't even have that ability. So now it's just okay. It's just it's not even okay. I'm just biased. It's just the defense reducing is not even that useful to be honest. But I put in C tier anyways. Militant and Mortar, actually no, they're not even in the same situation. But for Militant, it's just okay. Same situation as Cowboy. Decent DPS, doesn't make money, but like, yeah. I think it's more expensive, I can't even tell. This used to be 1,200 a place, which would probably put it back in like E tier. But this is actually super good now. So, no, what am I saying? It's not super good, but it's okay. Mortar's just okay early game. Really not good way to waste cliff space because snipers are better in like every way now. But yeah, sniper's just good early game now. I like the new buff. It makes sniper actually useful for once. Because sniper would probably be an F tier right now, but it's actually super useful now. So yeah, C tier. Soldier's also way more useful now. 28 DPS for like 6k is actually not bad, I have to say. Definitely good. Definitely not bad at early game and mid game. Yeah, it's just okay. Sentry's actually not bad. It doesn't exist anymore, but it's actually not bad. Certainly like this, but I kind of I like it more than Tara for sure. But it's broken, so it had to get removed. Demon Man's D tier because it's actually not bad. It's an okay splash damager, but it's not in the same situation as Paintballers. It's actually cheaper, but it's okay. It's not good, but like it's okay. Taurus D tier because of the placement limit, and it's so expensive for the first 3 upgrades. So it's just D tier. Frost Blaster, this is probably it's just at first this used to be this actually used to be alright if you place like 3 of them, but I think they nerfed the freeze, and it's just really expensive for its DPS. It only has like 20 DPS for like 9 or 10,000 unknown. Archer's E tier. This used to be the best troop in the game. Now it's one of the worst because it had 25 range. I think it still has 25 range, 200 to place. That's quite significant. If this still was 200 to place, and also it misses shots as well. Like I'm not even joking. I've seen so much clips of like Archer missing shots. So yeah, this is E tier. Would put in S tier though if it was like the holiday Archer back in the day. Okay. So Commando is a really interesting troop because this was basically the ground version of Ranger because Minigunner was released, but it actually was really bad when it was released. But then so people just used Commando for ground defense. So Commando basically has really good DPS. And I'll literally just search out right now. And so TDS wiki. I'll go on a TDS fandom wiki and I'll show you how bad it is. Like, actually that's the way I go. Like, this is honestly so bad. It's just sad because it's so expensive as well. See, there's Commando. My computer's really slow, so sorry about that. It's 1,600 place, first of all. And its base damage it's got 4 DPS at I'm just gonna go all the way down. This has got 51 DPS for 22,150. Like, that's really bad. This used to it used to do like 50 damage at max level. This had what do you call it, 100 DPS. Its splash damage, it does bad splash damage as well. Because like this may look not bad to you but this for 5,000, it's only got 8 DPS. You don't understand how bad that is. Then for 12,000, 23 DPS, 22,000, 51 DPS, and it's only got 22 range as well. So it's just not respectable. Like, it's just so bad. Yeah. Alright. As I was saying, so yeah, Eater, Slasher. I'm not. This is just bad. Like it's just a worse gladiator. It's 300 less range, worse damage. The only thing different about this is they're throwing knives, but they do no damage as well. So it's just easy Eater. So Paintballer actually used to be good. Well, not good, but okay, because I think this did like 10 damage with like 0.4 fire rate, which means like 25 DPS. Plus, this was only like 5,000, so that's actually not bad. But it got nerfed constantly, so now it's absolutely dog water. Like, it's really shite, to be honest. Okay, then F tier, we got Rocketeer. It's just so expensive, and it's got barely any DPS. Its explosion was way worse, so it's even staying F tier, but yeah, it's just bad. Then Unknown, we got Medic. It's broken. That's why I don't know where to place it. But if it wasn't broken, I'd put this in A tier because its ability is super useful. Plus, it can't get stunned. All the platinum troops I don't even know about. I actually wanted to get any like all of these, but I was really bad at the game, so I couldn't. Swarmer, I've heard lots of good things about this, but I don't know where to place it since I haven't used it myself. Apparently, it's really good. Apparently, really good area damage troop because of its ability. That's it, and also because it makes the troops slower and makes them dance. Right, that is the tier list done. Well, yeah, done ages ago actually. So I'll see you in the next one.